181, Desai Williams, Canada. In lane 8, number 1112, Dennis Mitchell, USA.
And it's a fair start. And it is Raymond Seul with a start. It is Ben Johnson with a start. Can Carl catch him? No! It's Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson does it again. Unbelievable. 9-7-9.
Absolutely incredible. What a start. That was the best start of Ben Johnson's life.
Wind 1.1. That's legal.
New world record. Incredible. Charlie, I think Carl Lewis was absolutely flabbergasted to see Ben Johnson that far ahead.
Dave Seul.
How did you see the race, Carl?
Well, I pressed a little out of the block today, and I just don't feel it was the best race I ran here. The only thing I have to say is that, you know, I talked to my mother about it last night, and she had a dream 2 nights ago. So my father just said, I'm all right, and that's all I feel. I gave it my best shot, and then to do is to go into the next race.
Did you feel Ben at all? Did you feel his explosive start?
Well, no, I didn't see him until about 60 or 70 meters down the tape. He must have really caught a flyer because he was way out again, just like Rome. But, you know, like I said, I think I could have run better.
Do you think that you don't think you lost magnificently, as you stated that was a possibility if you did lose earlier before this race?
Well, I just tried to run the best race I could, and I'm pleased with my race.
All right. Congratulations. Thanks a lot.
Oh, the waiting is over. The questions have been answered. A new world record for Ben Johnson of Canada. And we'll be back to Olympic Stadium in just a moment.
No, on my TV he's doing. Hey, Tommy. Calvin, you finished at 4th. Jeez, this is unbelievable. Did you see Ben at all? Did you see his race at all?
Basically concentrating on my race and trying to do my best.
You came out shaking your head. What did you think?
Well,
what did you think, Dennis?
At the last one,
back upstairs. Holy mackerel.
Dave, we told you it could be dangerous down there.
Their orders are to get them off the
That's
track,
right, yeah.
and they are off
Yeah,
the track.
they're off the track. They're off the track. We have Ben Johnson as the winner. That part of it you do know. Carl Lewis finished second. You do know that. Linford Christie of Great Britain has the bronze. Calvin Smith, running a 9:99, finishes fourth. Carl Lewis's second place finish, a 9:92, which is a new American record. Here's the start.
Ben Johnson gets another incredible start. That's the only word you can use for his race. It was perfect. That probably is the best 100 meters ever run, technically, start to finish. Before, we were always worried about how he finished. We never worried about his start. Well, standard, perfect start for Ben Johnson. Up, away, but he is just away from everybody. The race is over right here. From 50 meters in, he still keeps going. At the start, you can see him jump up. He's at full speed, so much quicker than anyone else in the race. And now he's just down the track. We were worried, not about here. We knew he'd be ahead here, but not so far. Look how far ahead he is. He's got 3 meters on Carl Lewis, and I think Carl could see him at this point. Then from 50 meters on in, I think in the heats he was pulling back intentionally because he had another gear there that we have not seen. Even last year we did not see this when he set the world record. He just kept accelerating all the way through the tape, which he's never done before. This is the best 100 meters I have ever seen.
And now isolate on Carl Lewis.
Carl had a good start. He didn't have a great start, but Carl never starts that well. He's out even, and that's all he can hope for. Linford Christie on his right, who eventually finishes third. But Carl is running well, but he's waiting for that 50 meters to really... Look, he looked over. He looked. He saw he didn't see Ben. He knew he was there. You could see that turn of the head. Gets to 50. He looks at him again. Gets to 50 meters. Really starts to accelerate. Right here, I think. Look, he looked again, and then saw he really had to try to catch him, but knew it was too late. 3 looks in that race by Carl Lewis.
As you take a look at the head-on shot, realize what you are watching. Possibly the greatest field ever assembled for the finals of an Olympics.
Absolutely.
Blown wide open by Ben Johnson, and for the first time in history, 4 men under 10 seconds.
There's Carl's first look. Goes down a little bit. Second look. Goes down. Third look. He knows it's gone.
What was so impressive about this race also in Rome when Ben Johnson set the world record there, and you can see it here. There's the start. You notice over in lane 2, the Raymond Stewart also got a good start, but that was the last time you saw him because all eyes then went to Ben Johnson, to Cy Williams as he did the semifinals. Also with a good start, just showing you the great start that Ben Johnson had. But they could not close any of the gap on him at all. Once that the margin was set, it stayed, and possibly he gained just a little, so he did not slow down at all in the last 20 meters of the race.
Ben is up. Carl is up. Running well again, but just not as well as he was in the heats or the semifinal. He really wasn't. He was even with everyone. And then when he wants to go to the other gear, he expects to pass everybody. Well, he pulls away, but this is where you start to strain. You see, you're too far behind. You start to strain. You never catch up.
And the reaction of his mother, Evelyn Lewis, who we have a microphone on, as she watched the race. And Brian Gumbel, it was all that it was supposed to be. Let's take a look at the results right before we come outside to you. That 9.79, a new world record. Lewis a 9.92, Linford Christie a 9.97. And the 9.92, of course, as I mentioned, is a new American record. Calvin Smith with a 9.99. A plethora of nines and a great race. Now we can take that deep breath. Brian?
Okay, Charlie, thank you. So many times in sports, in almost any business, you wind up hyping matchups, and you wait, and they get there and they don't deliver. This one we wound up hyping, and it met expectations. 4 men under 10 seconds, the first time in history. Ben Johnson coming through with a world record, unofficial time, 9.79. Ben Johnson of Canada not only has the record, he has that gold medal he's been gunning for. And as for Carl, he's got to get back to work tomorrow. He's got qualifying in a long jump. We're going to come back in just a moment. There's more.
That she said, Florence Griffith Joyner, lane 5.